Hi, hello, and welcome. We are 2 days away from January 2025. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nimue. I am a professional psychic intuitive and spirit medium and channel. And I'm starting a relatively new-ish series. I'm going to be looking into the next month for Taurus, for Virgo, and for Capricorn. We're kind of breaking it up based on the element of your zodiac sign. And we're just seeing what the vibe is. We're just seeing what the incoming energy is. 2025 feels like a really big deal for a lot of people. I know we've all been through some interesting changes and shifts over the past couple of years. And with earth signs in particular, just given the nature of the earth sign, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, but I'm actually really excited for 2025. I have a moon in Virgo, and my moon in Virgo loves being able to kind of fine tune energy. And I think the energy coming in collectively for the planet is very elaborate. Let's just put it that way. So, you do not have to have your sun sign in any of these signs to get a reading. You could have a Taurus moon, you could have a Virgo rising, but sun signs definitely are included in this as well. We'll start with Taurus. We'll start with Taurus. We'll see what's good, what's coming up for you in January of 2025. What do we want to pay attention to? What do we want to anticipate here? Some new beginnings. Lots of new beginnings for Taurus. I have two aces right off the bat. I have the Ace of Wands. So initiation, some kind of energetic surge, some kind of excitement, some kind of new passion or creative energy coming in, as well as the Ace of Cups. So this could be related to some kind of emotional surge, emotional shift, but I always associate the cups with our spiritual development as well. Your spiritual voice is what I'm hearing. So this is actually excellent energy for anybody who's looking to potentially maybe develop as a spiritual intuitive. If and that was actually something I pulled in for the fire signs as well. I believe it was Sagittarius. Like if you are somebody who wants to have more of a spiritual voice moving forward, know that that's going to become more and more accessible. Not only is there going to be more of a demand for it, but I feel like consciousness is just aligning us a little bit more in that direction, especially with the nodes moving into Pisces and Virgo. Now, I also have the King of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. This is you strutting your stuff, Taurus. This is kind of you maybe showing everybody who you are. I did the word coming through the channel right now is display. How would you like to display yourself? How would you like to display your talents for 2025? Now, the Tower and the Ten of Swords, what I'm feeling intuitively, Taurus, is this happening around you. Because the energy coming in for you with that Ace of Wands, that King of Wands energy feels so empowering, so good, that even if you were to experience something like the Tower or Ten of Swords energy, I don't think it would knock you so fully off your square that you're not still implementing that energy. They're just saying change, change. 2025 astrologically is bringing epic amounts of change, like planets that change signs over almost 100 years are going to be making shifts in very, very big ways. Think Pluto moving from Capricorn into Aquarius, but we're also seeing that with Uranus. We're seeing it with Jupiter. We're seeing it with Saturn. We're seeing it with Neptune. Like it's a big year. Now, I want to say that if you do notice people in your life sort of freaking out about everything going on, I feel like you're going to be the point person. You're going to be the one to be like, here, let me get you some food. Let me get you something warm to kind of snuggle with so we can kind of just like ride this out together. I do not feel any fear coming in for you. I do feel it around you, but I don't feel it coming in for you specifically. Your intuition is popping off starting January. And I do feel like this is a process that already started. They're saying for some of you, even 3 years ago. The desert is showing up for somebody who's going to be watching this later. So if you are thinking of taking a trip out to the desert somewhere, do that. There might be an activation out there for you. There's something about desert energy, and I'm speaking as somebody who lived in Sedona or around Sedona for about 4 years. It's very, the way that I put it is that spirit is just very close to the surface in ways that it's not like spirit isn't close to the surface in other places, but it's just so immediate when you're out in the desert. Know that you have been accumulating quite a bit of knowledge over the past couple of years for you to become a position of authority, whether it's within the spiritual practice or whatever other practice really speaks to you with that King of Wands. I'm kind of excited for you in 2025. They're going like this. Like anytime my guides go like this, it just means a very, very strong year ahead or strong month ahead. But this feels year long. Although October, I mean, it's going to be a ways before I do the October reading. Something's coming along for one of you in October. Feels like a shift or a move somewhere. And this feels very, very overdue. So if there is somebody who's watching this who has strong Taurus placements, if you've been thinking about making a shift or moving, it's probably going to happen around October for you. So now let's take a look at our Virgo placements and see what's in store Virgo for January 2025. Pentacles, Five of Wands, Page of Swords, Princess of Swords, more King energy. King energy coming in for Virgo. I need to remember to get closer to the microphone. I'm new to YouTube. Be nice to me. I have the King of Pentacles. We love this for Virgo. We love this for any earth sign, but this is you in a position of leadership. Feeling very, very good financially. Feeling kind of like I'm hearing the boss kind of coming through the channel. I have the Hermit showing up for you. I have the Princess or Page of Swords showing up for you. The Ten of Pentacles. And the Five of Wands. There is something coming through with this Five of Wands and Ten of Pentacles about it's potentially an estate. Like when I saw this King of Pentacles next to those cards, it was giving, okay, I have to be in charge of this estate. I have to be in charge of making sure that all of the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted. And this feels like a lot because it feels like you're somebody who's maybe in a family with a lot of different siblings. And I don't know if this is a role you necessarily wanted, but it's one that you might have to deal with in January. Once it's done, I don't know, I feel like you're going to learn an entirely new skill set in having to deal with this. The Page of Swords or Princess of Swords and the Hermit podcast. This is a podcast for somebody. It's either a podcast, starting a new YouTube channel. It's getting your voice out there, but it feels very much like a journal, like an audio journal, some kind of audio journey. And it does feel deeply connected to deconstructing from religion. And they are saying Mormonism specifically. So if you're somebody with Virgo placements who has experience within that particular branch of religion, and you've gotten out of it and you've deconstructed, there's something coming forward about sharing your experience. And there is something around the inner child, like healing something within your inner child in creating this audio journal, whatever that might mean for you. It does feel like a YouTube channel, actually, more than a podcast, if I'm being honest. The Ace of Wands for you as well, and the Nine of Swords. Now, this feels very different than the Ace of Wands felt for Taurus. With Taurus, this felt like, let's go. Like, let's literally just make our way, biceps out, biceps bulging. With Virgo, this kind of feels like, especially if you are having to deal with a family estate or just like a lot of like financial stuff, business oriented stuff, this feels like something or someone coming onto your timeline a little unexpectedly and it kind of throwing you out of your rhythm just a little bit. And I'm feeling a little bit of resentment. And this does feel like a person. That Ace of Wands feels like a person to me. And they feel very Ace of Wands. They feel very upbeat. This could be you with one of your, well, let me sit with this for a second. Restore and replenish. This could be somebody's kid. This feels like very unbridled, excited, youthful energy. And it feels like you're trying so hard to be an adult and you're trying so hard. Virgo, you always do try so hard, to color in the lines, just keep things together. And I just want you to honor your body. I feel like out of all of the signs, it's really the mercurial signs. Virgo and Gemini, I'm always amplifying the message that you need to take care of your body. You need to take care of your nervous system specifically. So that Restore and Replenish card, get space, the Hermit card showing back up, create some space, set some boundaries. Anything else coming in for Virgo? Yes, different deck though. Don't look at synchronicity. What do they say? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't overlook any synchronicities that are showing up for you in January. Follow the breadcrumbs. Follow the breadcrumbs, especially if you're seeing certain themes on, like, say you're on TikTok and you're seeing like, why am I all of a sudden seeing this content? Where is spirit trying to lead me? Like, where are my guides trying to just nudge me a little bit? And guides will only ever nudge. It's very, very, very rare that guides do anything other than boop, just poke, because this is, in fact, a game of free will. They cannot interfere with our free will, but they will occasionally just kind of like elbow you in the ribs. Be like, pay attention, pay attention. Like, they can't make you pay attention, but they can try. And I just pulled synchronicity a second time. So yeah, pay attention to the breadcrumbs. Okay, that's what we have for Virgo. I love my Virgo babies. All right, last but not least, certainly not least, Capricorn. Our new moon in Capricorn today. Capricorn season. What do we have for our Capricorn babies? The Nine of Wands reverse. I didn't think I had any reversals in here. More page energy. Five of Wands for Capricorn. Capricorn, this, I don't know why I feel so much family stuff coming in with you. And I feel a lot of, I have a young kid. I think this child is probably not probably, they are neurodivergent, very sensitive. This feels like a child. I want to put them between 5 and maybe 8. I do feel a more feminine energy with this. I have the Page of Cups, Princess of Cups, and the Five of Wands. And I am just feeling like my child under this kid would be what some would call like a star seed. This is a child that's connected to a higher frequency of consciousness. And I think you know that as their parent, but I do think that it's creating issues in their ability to relate to other kids, because I think they are just so outpacing the kids, especially if they're in school. They're just in a completely different category. So it's like, how do I deal with that as their parent? I have the Star, and I feel like the Star is this child, and I do feel like you are this as well. I think you guys probably share a lineage, especially if you're on my channel. You're probably connected to some of these beings or some of this energy. I have the Nine of Wands reversed, and I have the Three of Cups. The very different energy. Like the Nine of Wands reversed is giving, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. The Three of Cups is having fun and, celebration and being with people you really care about. At a certain point, talking to the teachers isn't going to be enough. You're going to have to decide whether to, I don't know if this is like, and I hesitate to say this because I had this experience and it didn't go great for me around that age. I was put into a grade higher because I was like one of those gifted kids. Gifted just meant autistic and they didn't know it yet. Just because I was outpacing everybody in the classes next to me. And homeschool doesn't feel like an option either. If you're a Capricorn watching this, or Capricorn placements, and you don't have kids, I'll get to you in a second, but I do need to get this message out to somebody who has a child who is in, they're saying it's what is being called a developmental crisis, but it's not actually a crisis. It's just that the systems that be are not really put in place for these kids yet. Let me just get some advice for you on this. And then I'll get to the Capricorns here that may not have children that are also wanting a reading. Can we get, let's see. Better with time. This is a waiting game a little bit, unfortunately. Patience. And just be real with your kid. Let them know how, like, I don't want to say like, let them know how special they are. Like, but let them know how special they are. Let them know how valid. I think that's probably a better way of putting it. Let them know how valid they are and that you see them, you understand. Even if you don't, like, because this kid feels like they're just channeling. Sacred Fool, also having a sense of humor, as much as you can about the situation, teaching your child how to do the same thing. All right, for Capricorns that do not have kids, sorry, that was a very specific message for somebody. Ace of Cups, more ace. We love to see aces in January. Five of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Capricorn, you're stressing about money, man. But there's an opportunity coming in to learn about, like, this is a very personal journey, how you are emotionally invested in finances and how your self-worth is tied up in how much is in the bank. You're doing fine. Like you're actually doing better than maybe you think you should be. Like the Two of Pentacles to me is very balanced. It's like, no, I've got enough to pay the bills. Like we're keeping things going. But there's this fear. I don't know. This feels like somebody who's like almost like a prepper. And maybe you're somebody with really high pattern recognition. And you see some of the stuff going on in the world. You're like, okay, like it's time to stock up. You're gonna be. I want you to just your homework. Your homework, Capricorn, is to compassionately, and I say that with emphasis, especially with the Ace of Cups being here, compassionately look at how your sense of self-worth is integrated or enmeshed with your relationship with money. And ask if that's serving you, and ask if that's even your story or if you were programmed with it through something else. Yeah, I have fear coming up here for Capricorn. Fear. This feels like you're afraid. This is like stock market collapse fear for sure. Um, Look, y'all, feels like something's just out of reach too. I feel okay. Okay, this card's very complicated. This card is like the feeling of when you're in a dream and you're reaching for something or you're trying to get somewhere and you're like always almost there, but you never quite get it. I kind of feel like the fear is connected to this. It's like the fear of something like, people are always saying like, I feel like something's coming. I feel like something big is about to happen. It's like that. Something big is always about to happen. And the stock market collapse, I think the stock market, I haven't done any deep in-depth channeling yet for 2025. That's going to be tomorrow on my Patreon if you guys want to catch me over there. Um, I don't see the stock market collapsing in 2025. It's going to be volatile, but it's not going to collapse. So I want you to just manage what you can. Pay attention to what you can control. Go of the rest. Okay? That's what I got for my earth signs. 2025, lots of ace energy, lots of new beginnings. Taurus, give us some of that. Give us some of that empowerment. I want it. It's freaking awesome. All right, you guys, I'll see you. I'll see you when I see you. Um, I should be posting more often now that I'm in a space to do so, but Happy New Year and good luck in 2025.